we had this game where we'd like pants each other for some reason, like weird little kid things. He took it a little step further. He we're on the bus and he like full on pants and underwear just pantsed me hard as fuck. Like the person across the aisle saw the full moon out. And he ended up telling the bus driver. But you want to know what's fucked about this situation?
What?
Is that he didn't get in trouble.
Just you?
I got in trouble for it. I didn't even do anything. He pantsed me.
That's classic Justice Department in the schools.
Exactly.
They always do that.
They were like, oh, like, you got pantsed? Yeah, that's your bad.
Yeah, that's on you, man. You're
that's
done
on
for
you.
it. So
yeah, I got in trouble for it. To the guy who pantsed me, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well, but also fuck you. That's all I have to say about that.
The bus when you're a kid is like the Wild West. The only adult there is a fucking bus driver who is not paid enough to actually give a shit. You know,
and they're too busy driving.
Sometimes they do care. Sometimes you could fucking shit on the bus and they just be like, whatever. It's not their fucking problem. It's someone else's. To counteract this, the adults in the education community decided to put cameras on the buses. Problem was these cameras look fucking ancient. Like I wasn't even sure if they worked as a kid.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they just look old as fuck and apparently they run on VHS tapes. Like it records to a VHS tape.
Oh.
Like this,
damn.
I learned that because someone got caught once, and they had to pull out the records of these fucking tapes, like that are
going through the archives.
Yeah, whatever. And so I also learned that these fuckers don't have audio on them sometimes, depending on how old they are.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, everything on the bus, stays on the bus.
Yeah.
If you're a snitch, you get stitches. But as a kid, sometimes I would yell out the window. With my friend who had a very prominent haircut, a mohawk, really hard to like, he's unique. You would know it's him. And, maybe not the best haircut to commit crimes or something with.
You see the hair and you're like, oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. Me and my mohawk friend would yell like a lot of curse words out the window. This is like when you're a kindergartner in first grade. Be like, hey, you. Fuck you, asshole. And like shit, we'd just be screaming at like
just harassing
just random moms,
people.
Like assholes. It was such like a goober move. We were such dicks for it. But we were doing that. And apparently one of my friends also said we were also mooning people out the window. Because he said, yeah, there's some kid on the bus with a mohawk and a chubby kid. That was me. We're fucking mooning people out the window. And I go, damn, I don't even remember that. I was like, I know. I kind of think I would do it, but I don't remember actually going through with it. So anyway, one day we got caught because there was one mom that knew my mom, and she's like, yeah, there's some kid with a mohawk and a chubby kid. They like yelled, fuck you assholes out the window to me. And then my mom found out and she knew because she knew who the mohawk person was. And she knew like chubby kid was probably me. Oh, I got so much trouble for that.
Soap in the mouth.
Yeah. Oh, I did. They put hand soap in my mouth.
Oh.
My mom put hand soap. That was the worst. Because in like a bar of soap where it sits there and you pull out, you spray some hand soap. You're like choking like Dumbledore. You're like, no more.
Oh, kill me,
Harry. That's how I fucking felt. Because
like you put out your tongue and just
no, she fucking put the nozzle in fucking she got itchy 2 squirts and then on the buses the Wild West, but another place where it's the Wild West is the playground.
Oh yeah,
because again, underpaid workers who just have to sit there. And so as a kid, I'd get into several fights. Some were my volition, some were not. The first day of kindergarten, I remember this big dude that was a first grader and some other fucking chubby little big guy came up to me and were like trying to beat me up. They're like giving me nuggies and shit and like push me around. As a kindergartner, you got some built up rage.
You're
like
full of rage.
Yeah, you could like go primal in a second. So I remember I had enough. Like it was like several minutes of this shit, and I was getting pushed around. I was like, "That's fucking it." And I remember I let out this like blood curdling screech of war. It was like, "Yeah!" And then I just fucking started wailing on them, and I got one of them to the ground. I was just fucking knocking them out, and so probably didn't punch them that hard. Thank God I was a kindergartner at the time. I couldn't kill anyone yet. They got a little scared after that, and they crossed this line that we had at our school. It was for first graders. It was like where they put their backpacks before school, and the kindergartners aren't allowed to cross this line. It's just a rule.
Yeah,
it's a rule of the playground. Rule decided by the one lady that also doesn't get paid enough.
Yeah,
and this bitch didn't fucking care that
the line monitor.
That two first graders were beating up a little kindergartner, and then the kindergartner started wailing on one of them. She didn't care about that. But no, the moment I tried to step over the line, whistle blown. Hey, you can't go over that line. And then the little first graders were laughing, and not a fan of that. I fucking looked them in the eye. I'm like, next time I fucking see you, like, you're going down.
Your knuckles are all busted up. You got like blood all over you and shit. Like just like death in your eyes. Just like, hey, you kid with the blood on your shirt, get back over.
I mean, as a kid, the most you could do with a punch is like lightly bruise someone. So that's probably as much as I did. That was the start of my elementary school fight club.
Fight arc.
Yeah. Because then after that, I'd see like Indiana Jones or something. The Raiders of the Lost Ark, and there's that scene where he's fighting that big dude around the plane,
the bald guy.
Yeah, I wanted to reenact that. I wanted to do that. And so there's this kid, and I was like, "You and I, we're gonna fight right now." And then I fucking tackled him, and I was wailing on him. And then the lady comes over, and she doesn't really care that much. She's like, "Hey, you too, knock it off." Like I didn't get in trouble that time, thank God.
Hey, stop it. I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah, you guys can't do that. And so after that one, I knew that I had to do this in secret. I had to do this somewhere where the lunch lady would not look. And so
in the alleyways, dark alleyways.
Pretty much, there's this area on the playground. There's the playground area. Then there's this giant field where you can run around.
Yeah.
But in the corner of the giant field, there's a giant tree, and it has a lot of like blockage. Because the lunch
foliage.
The lunch lady just sits over by the playground shit. She doesn't move. She doesn't get paid to move.
Mm-hmm.
She just gets paid to sit there. So I started backyard fight club back there, and we'd fight each other. And, most of the time it was just like roughhousing, so it wasn't like serious. But every once in a while, someone would come in that was an asshole and like,
you came to play.
Yeah, like most of the time that was in the public areas because like they wouldn't come back to the fight club. You got to know the people in the fight club to come back to the fight club.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'd show up like some fucker and be like, "Oh, you stupid assholes and shit," and then you'd be like, "Get out of here! You're not part of this club and stuff." And then you start punching and stuff.
You start punching them.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you wouldn't get caught. There was one time though we were throwing sticks at each other. Like spears, we were like javelin throwing, like Trojans did. And the lady did see that because she saw some sticks flying, and then we got red cards because there's a card system in our school.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we got in trouble for that one. The last fight story I'll tell is just that I remember in first grade, I was playing on the playground. I was going down the slide, I was just minding my own business.
Mm-hmm.
This one kid comes up to me and grabs my dong. Full hand, like grabs the whole thing,
grabs it and like holds on.
He gripped it. He gripped it, and I was like, "No fucking way, buddy!" I went, bam! Like I punched him real fucking hard because I was like, "Knock it off, boy!" And just bam,
boy.
Because I was not gonna let that fucker grab my dick and get away with it. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Absolutely pissed. And so
I would be too.
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
I socked him real good, and he started crying and went and tattled on me for punching him after grabbing my dick. I go to the office then, obviously, because I have been called to the office because I socked another child without permission.
Understandable on their part.
Understandable. And I was like, I was defending myself. The man grabbed my dog. Like, he grabbed my wiener. He grabbed it. All of it. Yeah. And they're They're
I
like,
felt weird.
and this is the worst part. They're like, oh, well, he's got some autism. Like, it wasn't bad autism. So let's say that he just had some Asperger's, and they're really mild. It doesn't give you the right to grab someone's dong. I'll tell you that much. It's not like he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
I knew he knew what he was doing. I don't know why the principal's trying to use it as an excuse. Like, oh, I grabbed your dong, but he's got Asperger's. Like, it's fine. And I go, no, it's not fine. And like, why the fuck am I in trouble for socking him after he grabs my dong then? I'm a troubled child. I can punch people then, like, right? Like, that kid got to go play Roblox while this was all happening. Like, we were in the office together. He's playing Roblox in the fucking corner on a.
He's having a grand old time.
Yeah, he's having a grand old time over there. And
just grabbed your dick
because he's got Asperger's. Yeah, now he's grabbed another man's dong. He was like, yeah, and then now he's playing Roblox, and I'm like, what, why am I here? Like, I'm in trouble. I'm the one getting detention, like lunch detentions right now. And they call my parents, like, let them know I socked a kid in the face. And like, parents like, why does it fucking matter? He grabbed his dong. Like, my parents didn't get me in trouble. They didn't punish me, but the school did.
They're ops for that.
They are ops. They're the opposition, dude. I lived my entire elementary years knowing that the bigger adults were the opposition. Like, it was them versus me.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't trust any of them. Like, if something happened, there was a good damn deal that I'd probably be in detention afterwards because they're a bunch of assholes. Someone's got to take the punishment, and it was always the big man.